Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
It's about to get real, well, you know the deal. You won't have to guess how either of them feel. Bringing up the things you don't think to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's a Christian and Daniel Show.
Hey everybody, Christian will be back here in just a second. We lost track of time today, so he's making coffee. But you'll understand why it's been an interesting day shortly. But everybody, welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show. I'm Daniel, and that's Christian. And we want to welcome all our friends watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Thank you for watching. For all of the friends who listened in on Twitter this morning for my live show in conjunction with the doctor from Puerto Rico, thank you for watching. And if you're watching on YouTube, scroll down, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll let you know every time there's a new show on the air. And yeah, so hi, welcome.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Christian
and Daniel
Show. In case you didn't already know, station identification a second time. No.
Let me make sure, because
sorry, I wasn't quite ready because I really did want to.
Okay,
I usually always make Daniel his cup of coffee for the show, and I felt bad I didn't do it, even though I am definitely running on different types of energy today.
We are running a little low today. For only a couple of people knew what happened today, so Christian had a little emergency this morning. He had to go to the ER today.
I spent half the day in the ER being poked, prodded, drained, and CT scanned. I woke up at about 5 this morning with this. It felt like someone had stabbed me in the lower left quadrant of my back. It felt like someone just had stabbed me. Like it literally felt like there should be a knife and a wound there. And it was so bad, it woke me up out of a sound sleep. And then I couldn't get back to sleep because it hurt so bad. And there was I could not find a way to not feel this pain. It was like just constant and throbbing, and not even throbbing. It was just pain. It wasn't even throbbing. And this constant pain, I hit a wall, and I said, I can't just stay home because this could be any number of things. It could be kidney stones. It could be my liver. It could be, dear Lord, I'm such a hypochondriac. In case you don't know it and it hasn't been talked about, I think it has, but I'm a hypochondriac. So medical stuff is real. I'm not good at dealing with it because it could have been a tumor. It could have been cancer. So I got really scared, and Daniel wasn't here because he was getting ready for a trip, leaving tomorrow. So he was in Orange County, and I called a fellow to chit chat to ask her for help because it was so bad. I couldn't even, my brain was in a fog. I could barely put sentences together. I was just a walking zombie, and I couldn't drive. I would never get in a car and drive because I really wasn't present. And so I needed someone to take me to the hospital, and I knew she'd be up. She always gets up super early, so I knew I wouldn't be waking her up. And I called her, and she did graciously come over and did some basic Reiki on it, and said, "You really have to go to the hospital." She goes, "I cannot let you, ethically, I just can't let you not go see a Western medicine doctor because this could be a legitimate issue. This could be a tumor. It can be anything, and you need to find out if it is anything so it could get treated." She goes, "I don't want you to," she goes, I would feel terrible if I didn't advise you to do that and you end up not being around anymore because of it, because you could have gone to the doctor and it could have been taken care of, but you didn't, so it got worse. And you hear those stories all the time about people who don't go to the doctor, they take holistic medicine approach. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not criticizing, I'm just saying. And by the time they go in for Western medicine, it's like it's too late. Like they're like, if you'd come in 6 months ago, we could have saved your life.
So of course, the one day that I sleep in till 7:30 is the one day that, because I didn't have anything pending, so I got up like at 5 and did what I needed to do at 6 o'clock and went back to sleep. And what are you trying to do? And we're using a new camera, and we should have brought out the bigger light for it. It's really good camera. It's just
Great.
dark.
That's why it looks a little shadowed.
And
but anyway,
but it's high definition, so this is us in high definition. Now you know our real color. We're really kind of dark.
Yeah, we ain't light.
So anyway, so they call me, and I'm like,
Well, I left him 3 texts, but of course, he goes to do not disturb, which makes sense. It was early morning. I didn't want to bug him, but it was on the insistence of my friend who came to help me. She was like, Daniel's your boyfriend, your partner of 10 years. Why wouldn't you call him and tell him what's going on? And she goes, particularly since you already left him text. So he's going to wake up, read that, and be like, what the heck is going on? And why haven't I been contacted besides these texts? So I ended up going to the emergency room, and they got me right in, which is unheard of for emergency rooms.
that was really quick.
I mean, I got in like literally minutes. I got there. I didn't even sit in the waiting room more than like 5 minutes.
I was really impressed with that.
And they got me. Yeah, I was surprised. And this was my first time in my entire life going to an ER. I've never had to go to an ER before.
Hmm?
We went to urgent care. But I've never been to an actual ER, and this was only the second time I've had an IV put in.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm 52. I've been very blessed with a lot of good health.
He's only been poked twice, folks. It's only been poked twice.
Almost a virgin. And so it was scary. I cried a lot. I was just, because my brain, because I'm a hypochondriac, my brain goes to all the worst case scenarios. It's cancer. It's a tumor that finally grew too big and should have been caught, but it wasn't. And I'm going to, I go, if I don't make it, I don't want to leave Daniel behind. So I'm going to take him with me. No, he didn't know my contingency plan.
So that was the plan. But then for those of you that know California, it's like 7:30, almost 8 o'clock when I'm there. And I'm like, if I leave now, it's 2 hours of traffic, which is for those, I mean, I don't know about y'all, I don't know about you, but if I'm stressed or I need to be somewhere and then I'm stuck in traffic, it's double the anxiety. So then I had to, I was like, well, as long as I'm here, I might as well do the work that I need to do this morning, which was a Twitter live, talking to a doctor, and which Christian says that I'm a good actor, because I was like, we hit that play button. I was like, hi, buenos dias.
Yeah,
buenos dias a todos, because it was in Spanish.
Yeah, that's
hola, hola, VIH, hola, hola, sexo. And, but then as soon as because his friend had to leave, and I was like, okay, well, thank you. Just
I was alone in the ER.
I do give her credit. She was like, I don't want him to feel like I just dumped him there. I'm like, no, he'll be fine. Like he'll understand.
I knew she couldn't come back. She has absolutely no reason to be back there with me.
And then luckily by the time I got here to the house and to pick up the
mask and the legal documents.
The documents that we needed to make sure that they let me in.
That they wouldn't deny him access.
He texts me and he's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm here.
Like they're starting to discharge me.
He's like, oh, I'm like.
But this is like, that all started before 8 a.m. today. And we didn't get home till 1. It was almost, no, it was 12:30.
12:30.
And for me, that was a long time to sit.
And then if you haven't eaten?
I hadn't eaten.
Oh, look, if we get closer, we get lighter.
Ooh. And but anyway, that was the drama.
But he's doing well.
Luckily they did a scan for everything. They did every test conceivable on my blood. They checked liver function, kidney function, everything. Everything miraculously is good, functioning at 100%. Like there's no. I don't have any deficits, except for I had a slightly, like, minusculely heightened white cell count, and a very, very tiny.
Of course, it would be the white cells.
And she said a very tiny. I know. Right?
Of course,
Always
it would be
the white cells. And then I had a slightly elevated blood sugar, which is pretty incredible considering I'm a type 2 diabetic. So I was very happy with the news. In the end, the doctor was confounded because she's like, I hate not having a real diagnosis, but she goes, the only thing I could say right now is that it just seems like it might have been a muscle, like a muscle tear or a muscle strain.
Translation, we're getting old.
Yeah.
And everything's fragile.
And apparently sleeping injures you.
In your case, it would. Yes, he's fine. He's okay. Nancy, my sister's one of them.
Thank you, Nancy.
She's one of the 2 people that I called on the way here. I was like, but I'm gonna, just like she always throws me under the bus, I'm gonna revenge. My sister, her big worry was that there was not gonna be a show tonight. She was like, so is there gonna be a show? Like, what about me and my needs? So he's propped up on painkillers. And
yeah, they gave me Dilaudid twice. That's how bad this hurt. Like, I got Dilaudid the first time and it started wearing off pretty quick. And they're like, okay, well, we'll give you another dose. Dilaudid, I got the best little naps on that. It was so good. And it slowed my head down.
Is that like what they would give me when I
Don't leave, Nancy.
Fine. No, this show is for you. You sit there and you watch. Hey, Billy, how's it going, sir? Good to hear from you. Everybody's really quiet today. How's everybody doing? Getting back on track on our shows, we were going over national todays because y'all know part of our hi Charlie, part of our tradition now is what are we celebrating today? Today is, for those of you who like beer, I like beer, National Beer Day. So some of my favorites are non-alcoholics, but if you've never had Caliber non-alcoholic, it is a very good beer. You're not a beer drinker, right? You never like beer. This is
I don't need to be that much.
It was kind of cool. Today is Grateful Patient Day.
I was a very gracious patient. I love the nurses. They took care of me like I was family, treated me like one of their own children. It was so cool. I was such a baby.
I am very grateful for some of the places that we've been where they treated me really well.
Yeah.
But I'm a pretty easy patient. You don't like beer either? No. I like, I haven't tried it yet, but there is a non-alcoholic Corona beer. So I'm gonna try it.
Don't they call Corona
No, they do not. Well, I like Sol better, which is a Mexican beer, which they
there's
sell
no
here.
non-alcoholic version.
There's not an alcoholic, but today is also National Feel the Love Day.
I felt the love today.
feel the
Daniel
love.
hugged me. And I didn't have to ask for it.
You're making it sound like I don't hug you.
I'm not making it sound like that.
So the question would be, how do you, what makes you, oh, you missed the intro. No, he had a pain this morning. He was not a pain. He had a pain.
That's an understatement. It felt like someone stabbed me in my lower left quarter of my back.
But in the end, what was it?
Well, they're not 100% sure. They're like,
he may still be pregnant.
I might be an ectopic pregnancy, but
it still might happen, folks.
But no, it was just, I woke up in pain like I've never felt. And it was so bad, I couldn't get back to sleep. I couldn't focus. My brain was in total fog mode. And I even had trouble writing the emails to my boss and to the company to get my shift that I had today transferred to someone because I never would have made it. And I couldn't make it through a shift of working like this with so much. Like, I'm still rubbing the spot because the Dilaudid is completely wore off. So it's starting to hurt again.
So we'll drug him.
But it's not hurting as bad as it was earlier, as this morning.
But we, okay,
So the doctor basically said it's the only thing I can conclude, because there's nothing wrong with you otherwise. Yeah, because I had all these worst case scenarios in my head, is that you tore a muscle or strained it. She goes, but something like that. She goes, that's the only thing left of that. It's muscular.
You know that age where, like, if you sneeze, the possibility of three things happening is you pull a muscle, you fart, or you pee a little in your pants. That's where we are, folks. You went with your surgeon today and told me of what visitors are going to do and told me that there could be risk. Oh, just wanted to be alone for the rest. Oh, Charlie. I don't know, Charlie, if I may share a little bit about what's happening. I don't want to share, but Charlie's going to have a surgery and he is going through a little bit of fear. Charlie, sending you the best vibes, sir. You know that you can definitely count on me to share information, anything I can. And I don't like telling people you're going to be fine because it's going to be any surgery is traumatic, but you've got support, you've got people behind you, and things will turn out for the best in the end. So go ahead. Okay, thank you. So Charlie's getting an ostomy as well. So he's a little panicky. So for those of you that have watched the show and been friends of ours for a while, know that I have Tommy, my ostomy, and for the first, I would say, 6 months or so, I was not in a good place with it. Was a heart sneaks and shocks through my nerve system.
Just wait,
because you're getting old. That's what it is.
Just wait, Michael. More things will start. I blew a disc sneezing at the sink.
Yeah, so there you go. And Tommy has farted and I've sneezed. So, but Charlie, man, it's life changing, but you don't know the new life you have ahead of you.
And the good thing is you're not
until
alone.
you get there. Do it?
You're not alone, Dan. It's a resource completely available and open to you.
Totally. So an ostomy does change your life.
Yes.
But it does. Well, whoever tells you that it's not going to change your life, whatever. It will change your life. How and what direction it goes in is completely up to you. And I can vouch for that. That there was a little time when I was feeling
pretty down about yourself.
That I was not going to survive this, and I was like done, and I hated life.
And that was before we discovered all the little things, particularly like the girdle that Daniel wears. We call it the girdle. It's a sleeve.
Or sometimes my bra.
Yeah.
If y'all ever heard me say I'm taking my bra off,
he's taking off Tommy's cover.
But I was going to say National Feel the Love Day. What is something that makes you feel loved? Yes, I know. Hugs do. He's very needy. For those of you that have not met him in person and don't know him, there's a need. And I'm not a big hugger or snuggler, so it takes a lot of effort. Stop. We're on TV.
We're on TV. What is this, 1965?
We're on television. Enrique, stop.
See, but no, that's not the interesting. But today he's been pretty good about it. After, it's just nice to. I just need that sometimes. I'm needy today. It's been a hard day.
He told you to lose some weight?
They told him that too.
Yeah.
They said
they still tell
the ostomy. It's easier to pull the ostomy through when you're lighter and thinner.
Yeah, and I did lose some weight before the surgery. I lost a lot of weight for the cancer, but yeah. But sometimes you just need it, and I know this is going to come as a shock and surprise to many of you, but I am not touchy feeling. We've talked about this on the show before.
Yeah,
we talked about it before.
And I'm, that's where he and I are very different. I'm very touchy feeling. He's very not.
I'm not a requirer.
He's not a PDA person, but then I'm kind of not a PDA person either.
No.
Because I feel like when you do PDA, it's kind of proving something, and we don't have anything to prove. We're together. We love each other. We've been together for
we're men
for over 10 years, and
we're men. We don't need to PDA.
Well, straight men do it all the time with their girlfriends holding hands.
Shoot, we don't need
showing that they're showing what their property is.
I don't need to prove to no one that this is my man.
No, and we're not insecure with our relationship, so I guess that's part of the difference.
Other than the touchy-feely part, is there anything else that well, obviously because I'm your partner, but is there something that I do, or is there something that somebody does that you're like, oh, I feel the love?
Yeah, when when like my friends rub my back, and when I'm hurting, they rub my back and send their energy in.
What, just your friends come over to rub your back when I'm not here?
They would if they were here.
Hugs. Charlie likes hugs.
Yeah. Thank you, Charlie. I do too.
You would have guessed the opposite of us too. Daniel is the Touchy Feeling. No.
Oh no.
No.
That's funny, David.
No.
No. I'm the touchy feeling.
I mean, I can be. I mean, I mean, obviously, I have the capacity of giving hugs, but
he just did it. He just did it on camera, so it's not like I can say he doesn't. He does, and when he does, let's just put it this way: when he does, it's the real deal. I feel every bit of energy you're supposed to feel from it, and it makes me choke up. It makes me cry because I can feel the love.
You know, I love you, but I'm not a. They did when you were on the East Coast, and I feel like Emery's about to like I'm waiting for the punchlines. Hi, Emery, but I'm just waiting for the punchlines with you. You both get touchy feely, all right. I'm like I will like when I'm driving here and I stop somewhere, like I'll buy his favorite dinner and surprise him. I won't call her anything. I'll just show up with his favorite dinner.
And that's Daniel. Daniel and I do have different love languages.
Yeah.
My love language is very verbal and touchy-feely or tactile. And Daniel's is show me you love him. You can, Daniel prefers to be shown that you love him.
Yeah,
instead of me going, I love you, Daniel. I love you, Daniel. I love you, Daniel.
My God.
And he's like, okay, what do you, he's very, thank you.
And you know it's real when she uses all the whole names. Aw.
We cry again.
Yeah, I will.
He's very Janet Jackson. He's like, what have you done for me lately?
Christian is full of surprises tonight. He's making me cry. Aw, thank you, David. Thank you for joining in his emotions. He is emotional. Plus, being in the hospital, I mean, it gets me, although I'm used to being in hospitals and clinics, whatever. But the tension and the stress of that, the medication too.
It just breaks down all your barriers. And walls.
If you get IV treatment,
which I did.
all that messes with your energy and your emotions. It's so yeah. And I will be honest, I can go to the hospital dying and I'm still on. Like, hi everybody, I'm Daniel G. Garza. And
yeah.
And but Daniel, but Christian is not good. Show me love, Daniel. Oh my. But Christian does not handle pain the way I do. I mean, just for example, the day that I had to go to the emergency room.
Yeah, he's bleeding out and he's concerned about what outfit he's wearing.
I wanted to make sure the EMT,
folks, don't get me wrong. He had no reason to. I mean, you call it 911. The person usually isn't like, oh, be sure to put me in a cute outfit.
That's an emotion, Feliz.
Yes.
Give me singing here right now. I'm a Daniel, and
I totally did. Now I have that song in my head.
Yeah, like I said,
Emery, and I think that's the spice. It's that opposites attract.
Yeah,
because he balances out my neediness and my, I hate to call it needy because it's really not a negative to want and crave human touch, but and all the feelings that come with it, but it is so important to have a balance, because without that balance, I was an extreme to the right, like not meaning political, but just extreme to the right in the sense that my dial was always running super sensitive. I'm a victim, everything, and that didn't lead to a lot of good things. I need that counterbalance.
Yes, you did buy us ribs. You did. See that?
He did.
Feed me, and
they were good.
And that was right before 4th of July. We cooked those that year.
We cooked those,
July.
They were so good.
So for those of you, so Michael visited, and our friend Saul.
Yes.
They came over right before 4th of July, before my last day of treatment. And then we took those ribs home, and I cooked. Yeah, we cooked them.
We cooked them. Oh yeah.
We cooked them on 4th of July. Because I made
He was sick.
I made the elote and I made the potatoes.
And that was
and the potatoes.
and he was
That's the whole story of
exhausted
potatoes.
from
Forget
that.
about potatoes.
He was so weak.
Don't get me
still.
started on the potatoes of the 4th of July because that was a whole other.
That was a whole other
I wonder if Maddie's watching because she's in on it.
problem.
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah, and it was so good.
They did not go to waste, dude.
They were so good. We ate every single ounce.
So the last, for those of you, 4th of July was my last day of chemo in 2015, and that morning we cooked the
And
ribs.
understand, Daniel had not regained his strength. He was still super skinny, super emaciated. Hair was just grown back
Just going
in.
back because we had
It's just
I already had
starting to
my
grow back.
first
Yeah,
haircut.
you had the second gen. You were on your 3rd gen, which is what you're on now.
Yeah. But,
It was a rough time.
but food is the language of love for me,
It
folks.
is. It is.
You bring me some tacos. We are
Plus,
friends.
Daniel has gotten great satisfaction. He receives great satisfaction when he makes a meal for me, for both of us. And I am just like nuts crazy over because it tastes so good. That really brings him a lot of joy.
I like cooking. I do like cooking.
That is definitely part of his love.
And then lately, I don't get to do it as often as I used to. So during the lockdown, I did cook quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I cooked a lot.
Today would have been a good, because Nancy's on the show. It would have been a good day for
Cafecito.
well, cafecito, gorditas.
Mm-hmm.
But carne con elote would have been a good thing today. Ground beef and corn, that would have been a good.
And of course, my appetite is totally destroyed today. Like I barely eaten anything today, and my body's just like. Bleh.
You want Christian? How dare you, Charlie Ordaz?
Oh, that's so rough.
How dare you?
You know something, Charlie? This is a little secret. Wink, wink.
Whataburger, yes. Give me a Whataburger.
This is a little secret. Taco Bell, a lot of these fast food stuff for Daniel doesn't agree with Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy really puts Daniel in his place when he doesn't get
It's because of the soy that they put in their meat that gets my stomach. So yes. Oh really? You've been together 28 years.
Oh wow. My God.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
That's amazing. Congrats. And that just brings us hope.
Charlie's making fun right now, but
I know.
But when brother, I'm gonna look right straight in the camera, brother. When that ostomy comes, you call me when that first burst happens. Yeah. I will be there.
Or when you get all farty.
Oh, in the middle of a quiet
waiting room. Like we could be in a movie theater and it'll be the quiet scene and Tommy will say, "I'm here. Hello. How dare you ignore me?"
Like I love popcorn, but it does make you gassy.
Yeah, it does.
And then all of a sudden I look down and there's this ball of air.
Yeah, it's like it's a balloon. It's so cute. It's funny now.
Yeah.
All these years later, it's funny because you learn to accept all these things and it does become life continues and it's a very high quality life. Daniel, look at all this travel Daniel does. It's incredible. You just learn. And once you find that whatever the apotheosis of comfort is for you, it moves. It's incredible. Then you're like, wow, how could I have been worried about this? Yeah. Like Daniel has literally said that. Like, I can't believe I put it off for so many months and suffered without it before Tommy was.
If we had the surgery.
When you were originally told.
Yeah, before we went to Florida that first time.
It would have been better.
And then we ended up in Texas. It would have been a totally different story. It would have been
a better trip. The trips were really adversely affected by the condition.
And you know that I've gotten spoiled because I have TSA pre-check.
Yeah.
So I just walked through and
they barely check them anymore.
But this last trip home.
Yes, true.
No, because I don't want you to notice. Like people who, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
But I can tell. I can tell. Like I can tell pictures where you can see it more than others. And I told you my hubby went through it, but thankfully it was able. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I told you
there's always a hope. If it's the right condition, it can be reversed and put back to normal.
And I still want to meet him and talk to y'all.
That would be a really incredible thing to learn more about. What that feels like. What that.
Man, an interview with Charlie going through it. And
wouldn't that be great? A little
hubby that got out of it. A panel.
A panel.
Man, that would be so cool.
That would be cool.
We need to talk about this.
As long as I know in advance, we can all be there.
But this last trip coming home from
Yeah.
DC, I got a random beep. The girl's like, "There's nothing on you, but we have to check you." And I was like, ugh. So, you know, the machines where you have to stand and scan. I've told them and they don't believe me, but my crotch, because the radiation was there, my crotch always illuminates. And they think that I have something in my crotch. And they're like, we're going to have to.
Isn't it the Prince Albert that usually? And if you don't know what a Prince Albert is, I am not going to explain it.
Oh, dear. I try to go, I'm going to make a huge change my diet and restart my exercise.
Didn't you say that too?
Shut up! I'm still saying it.
I'm sorry. You know, Charlie.
No, yeah, I always support you, man.
We are really just kidding.
I did change my diet a little. I did.
You did.
I did change my diet. Because there were things.
What's funny is Daniel was stubborn and didn't change the diet, and
pork and cheese.
He learned the price for that.
That's why I don't do dairy and I don't do.
Florida was a good lesson.
Oh man, we'll talk about that.
Anyway, that's a whole. That's a private discussion.
But then on the way back, you know, they scan me and Tommy pops up, and then the crotch pops up, and I tell them because I had radiation on my crotch. It
activates it.
I call it bionic.
I always say they think it's a bomb.
Yeah, and so they had to pat me down, and the guy's like, "Well, what's that?" And I'm like, "That's my ostomy." And he looks at me, and I go, "It's my colostomy." And he looks, and I go, "It's my poop bag."
Oh.
And he finally looks at me, he goes, "Oh." I go, "This is why I have TSA pre,
so I don't
have to go through this." I go, "God," he goes, "But yeah," he goes, "But I'm gonna have to pat you down." I'm like, "Just do it." He goes, "Like, you want privacy?" I'm like, "Just do it. I want to get to my."
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
And he's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Dude, I've had it for 7 years. Just do it.
Let all these people see it, because whatever. Let them see reality. There are people in this world who have it."
But it's usually because you got the.
I'm just glad I have a crotch that flips around. I didn't know I had a floppy crotch.
Flippily flop, folks.
I'm grateful because I never thought I had that my whole life.
But so then the guy finishes. You know, you have to like my shirt.
It's weird how they do it. It's like
I have to.
It's like they're juggling boobs or something.
And then I have to run my hands over my shirt, and they have to scan it and whatever. And he's like, "You're taking this very." He goes, "You're being very nice. You're taking this very amicably or something." And I go, "Dude, it's part of the process." I'm like, "But this is why I got TSA pre-check, so that I don't have to go through this or take off my shoes." Yeah. And he starts laughing. He goes, "Is that really why?" I said, "Actually, yeah." I said,
"Honestly, yeah.
I just didn't want to take off my shoes." And we're laughing and
he wears boots most of the time, so it is a pain.
And then he went to a machine, and the machine wasn't working. And he's like,
"Absolutely, Emery."
He's like, "I have to go to another one." And I'm like, "Of course you do."
That's not a joke. The flippy floppy, that's not a joke. That's just true.
You know, I joke with love. I can't wait to meet you. Oh, we love when you're here on the show. Yeah, no, keep joking. We don't take it personal. Don't worry. But then the guy finally, he's like, "You're clear." And I'm like, "Yes."
It's like, "Yes, I know I am."
I was like, and the guy's coming back. I go, "But remember, for the rest of the day, I'm your favorite, your favorite passenger." He's like, "Sure will." But yeah, it happens. Like it just happens. Where was I? Oh yeah, we're talking about feeling the love. So what for y'all? How do you know you feel the love?
You can tell I'm not an actor because I don't know my angles. Like when you come in, if you're really on screen, you should be like,
wait. He's been watching a model show today, and he's been watching a lot of model shows lately. But how do y'all feel the love? What is something that somebody does for you that you're like, "Oh, I feel the love"? And really, for me,
what is it?
You bring me food, I'm good. Fruit, which we got today.
Ooh, yeah. I forgot we have fruit.
When Christian has gone out.
Oh yeah.
He brings some fruit back. It's like, I guess it is all food. T-shirts. I mean, if you buy me a T-shirt, I know that you love me.
Yeah, he loves T-shirts.
People who know that I love T-shirts.
The fruit thing, though, is probably the number one. Like, he literally is like, "You did what for me?
You stopped for fruit?" Because you have to stop and get the fruit, like with the vendor. Not from the store. You have to stop at the vendor.
Pardon me?
He makes you laugh. Yeah.
Wait, no. Poor me.
For me?
Poor little me. What is it? Poquito.
What are you trying to
poor
say?
Me. Poor little.
Pobre yo.
Pobre yo.
For those of you watching, this is the Christian and Daniel show. Today we're talking just about
Boy, are we going
love.
through the range.
Man, we're
from crying to laughing to smiling.
and I wish
love it.
I really wish Ross was on the show today. I wish he was watching today because today is Regina Day. If your name is Regina
or Regina,
or if you live in Regina, today is your day.
You know, and it's funny. I was watching Deadpool today. If you watch Deadpool, I guess Ryan Reynolds is actually from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Oh,
because he literally says it as Deadpool in the movie. He says something, and he's all from, and he goes, and I'm from Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, and I'm like,
now we have to look it up.
I'm like, that is kind of crazy. Like, I wonder, it's said in the beginning of the movie, and it's said quick enough that you could miss it if you're not watching.
Where is
Ryan Reynolds?
Reynolds from? Oh, he's from Vancouver.
He's from Vancouver. Or is that just what his file says because he doesn't want to say he's from Regina?
After 20 years, he still comes home and says, "Hey, babe, I love you." And a quick slap across the buttocks. Still makes me feel, yeah, that would be.
Hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
I love you.
Slap. Buttocks, not
cheeks.
But you know that
because I want you to remember this moment.
Acuérdate. Scandalo. But there's like I'm not a real rough house player either. But if Christian is like laying in bed, I will run over to him.
But he goes like, "He's a spider."
Yeah,
so I don't like spiders or any bugs.
We'll play the spider, and now it's not really kinky.
Oh no, it's not kinky.
It's like there's a spider. There's a spider.
I just revert back to like a little crazy giggly kid.
And then I do that thing in your ear. Hello, Christian.
Oh my god, it's like the demon comes out and down in my ear.
So I can't be playful.
That sounded wrong.
I can't.
But the demon speaks to me in my ear. I just realized how bad that sounded. Sorry, folks. Sorry, kids.
The demon within you.
The demon within. The demon within. Who has sweetly? It has to be me.
Yeah. Well, I do it in the kitchen.
Yeah,
if I'm cooking. Well, first of all, because I don't like people in the kitchen when I'm cooking. First.
So if it could chase you out, he'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll do the butt thing, but
I do butt stuff to get Christian to leave the kitchen. He's very stubborn. I have to do quite a bit before he leaves.
It's harder to get him out then.
Sometimes Daniel gets stuck.
Oh my God!
How do we degrade?
When we let Emery drive.
No, we make a conscious.
I know.
choice.
I think we mentally call on you, Emery, to show up.
Well, please show up.
Today is also Buy a Book Day.
Oh, that's exciting.
So we're smacking over
eggs in the ham. Yes, I love to slap Daniel when he's making eggs. That's slap your partner delicious.
Nothing like huevos in the morning. That's what I say.
Yeah, Daniel loves big huevos
in the morning. What was it?
You were talking about the national. What is it? National. Which one did you say?
Since we're talking on the subject of love, have you guys seen the reality show about singles looking for love based on their? No,
we're gonna have to look that up.
I'm gonna write that down.
I'm still, as much as our friend Wayne is amazing astrologer, and my friend Sean is also an amazing astrologer, I still have a tough time believing the sign stuff. Like, oh, if you're not compatible signs, it'll never work out.
But we're not compatible.
We're absolutely not.
Technically,
we aren't really, but we really are compatible.
Our Sagittarius.
So I'm a Sag and he's Capricorn.
Capricorn compatible. We're gonna look it up, though. Sagittarius and Capricorn can be very
we're wrong.
Sagittarius and Capricorn
the same place. That's so funny.
Can be very compatible with each other as their jovial personalities matches very well with each other. Ruling planets of both the zodiacs make quite a combination.
Notice it says ruling planets.
And hence makes them very suitable for each other. Oh, I
I always thought
thought
we were really not compatible.
Rain, are you on the show? Rain's not.
That
on the
is
show.
crazy. I knew that. That's why we work so well.
Sagittarius inspires Capricorn to play and work hard.
I do. I do inspire you to play.
Capricorn shows Sagittarius how to bring bright ideas into reality. That I do.
You totally
that
does
I
that.
do. That I do.
Totally. Like when he asked me one time, "What do you really want to do?" And I'm actually doing it. Yeah. Am I under earning? Of course, but
Huh?
I am doing it.
It says Cap has to accept that Sag will never settle down and get serious,
Absolutely.
while the Archer earns points championing Cap's big career.
Oh my goodness, that is us. This is us.
Wow, but I thought
I
I
thought we were
read.
incompatible. That's so funny, and we're not.
Say
We
something
thought we
about-
were like being
Say
courageous.
something about Scorpio.
Since we're talking on the show, okay.
Yeah, we read that one. So something about Scorpio. Let me see who you're compatible with. Scorpio.
Compatible.
Most compatible. Okay, here you go, Charlie.
His name's Ziggy, and he responded. There you go.
Scorpio is most compatible with Taurus,
That's number one.
Virgo, Capricorns,
Huh. And
Pisces.
or Pisces.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go. Well, see,
Ooh, a dual Scorpio
we'll
relationship.
decide. Ah,
That's
show us your
That's hot,
Hey,
hot, hot.
Mister, keep your astro to yourself, sir. On Amazon called Cosmic Love. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna
Okay,
We're
so
gonna watch
Cosmic
it.
Love.
Cosmic Love. We're gonna watch it tonight.
yes, me and my hubby. That is crazy. I have never heard of two Scorpios,
That's.
particularly two male Scorpios.
I want to see how that
Because
relationship works.
that you guys are fire.
Yeah.
That's all.
But
I'll say a Gen Y thing. You guys are fire.
I will say that for sure. That when I went up disability, I really got motivated by a relationship to work harder and do more, and it definitely
It paid off.
paid off. It's paid
Like
off.
that was it was such a negative, horrible thing because it was done by such
It was
an arrogant, incompetent.
the way it was done. I'm
horses
going to be
back
honest.
then.
Going up disability was not the worst thing in the world, but the
But-
way it was done.
The way it was done was horrific, and but the results were incredible.
You know, Charlie, you're not the first person to say that.
Oh, Charlie, if you only knew, that is one of his models. That's like one of his mentors.
My intention is to be in that space. Does Amy have a Hulu account I can borrow?
I want
Let's
sea
see.
hugs, not bugs.
Amy? Who's Amy?
I don't know. Or maybe he meant any. Does anyone?
Oh, okay. Hugs, not thugs. Is that a real show?
Oh. We're like,
You gonna look it up? You want me to look it
oh,
up?
I'll look it up.
We're almost to the point to show our picks of the week too, but we were at least anyway. Book of the day. I was going to talk about books of the day. If any book made an impression on you and you wanted to talk about it, but we don't have time for that today. But
I think it is.
by the way, but when we're looking for that, I'm going to be in Texas next week. I'm coming into El Paso this weekend. Yeah, I figure you said, does anybody have a Hulu account I could borrow? I'm going to be in El Paso this weekend, and then I'll be in the Valley. So I'm going to come down to see my sister and the family.
It looks. Oh, go ahead.
So I'll be in South Texas in the Valley most of the week, and then I'm coming to Austin. And I cannot confirm yet because it's not booked yet. But
What?
the next trip, Alaska.
It is.
Well, it's not really confirmed because I don't have the ticket confirmed yet.
It is.
But no,
okay,
'cause
that's
I
not the itinerary.
had to make a change because.
Oh well, it is. He just got.
I
have to make.
So
a change.
for those of you that have been following me with the National Minority AIDS Council and the work that I'm doing with them, I'm going to Alaska. I'll be going to Alaska next
Juneau, Alaska.
Yeah, Anchorage.
Oh, Anchorage.
Anchorage.
Wow.
So
the actual.
After
Wow,
Austin,
that's one of the biggest cities, I think.
after Austin, I fly to Alaska.
And remember, Alaska has more men than women.
You're going to Texas? Is that a cover for you?
No,
For you to
I'm not
go
being
to-
misogynistic. I just mean there's a lot of men.
I you know what? Okay, you would think that going to Texas meant tacos. My niece Marcy does indulge me in going to eat tacos.
She's the only one.
She is one of the best first people. If Marcy watches this, Marcy, I love you because every time I go, she has a new taco place to take me, and I love
She
her.
knows I won't take it. I won't go.
But my sister does not really like Mexican food.
Viva
So-
Mexican.
So she will not, but she goes with me because I like, and they,
Well, she wants to spend time with you.
and then we'll go to Whataburger because I like Whataburger. I know you went to East Coast Florida. And yeah, well, hopefully there's a.
I forget. Yeah, West Coast Florida is the Gulf.
I haven't seen the calendar for next year, but I think there are some trips coming up to Florida. So I've added my name to the list. I want to do all the trips with them, but I'll let y'all know. I'll definitely let you know. I forget that you're out there. I think I keep thinking that Emery is here in California.
Hugs Not Thugs is actually
Can you do the post from the picture? That
a
I saw
charity
that I
that's
sent you?
in the show called.
Oh, the
This Fool.
picture. Charlie, how dare you? I don't remember the post. I'll look for it in a minute. He's there. The picture that from the advertisement that I did for CME Outfitters. I did that. In fact, that's what the show that I did today.
Yeah, and Michael,
The show on Hulu called This Fool. Oh,
yeah, it's This Fool. And Hugs Not Thugs is a fake charity set up in that show, and that show is on.
I started to watch it.
I've watched the whole thing. It was so good.
Yes, I get to take gorditas with me. I can take gorditas to Alaska.
Ooh, and I have Nescafe.
I don't know if they'll make it back.
They better make it back here. Nancy, you make him so much that he has to check into the bag.
Well, I'm gonna check Bertha in anyway.
So yeah, fill Bertha up.
I'm gonna take.
Because she won't be full.
I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks, so I need to pack the big suitcase.
And there's no way on God's green earth I'm gonna be accept that he ate every single gordita.
I'll go sell gorditas. Well, you know what? We could go to the post office and mail him gorditas. We could mail him gorditas because I'm gonna be gone for a whole week. After South, I'll try. Oh,
It helps.
look at this face. Mira la cara.
Look at this.
How can you deny that face? Anyway, you ready?
Yes. What was my show?
Lord of the Rings.
I watched the whole Selling the OC too.
Oh, okay.
Lotor, Rings of Power. I've been watching the first 2 episodes of Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. It is fantastic. Now it's like many years before Lord of the Lord of the Rings movies we've already seen. So it's with all these characters who are actually the grandparents, the parents and grandparents of a lot of the characters you see in the later movies. And like the hobbits aren't even called hobbits; they're called Harfoots, which means they have hairy, nasty feet. But it's really been a fascinating show and a fascinating ride, and to see where things kind of came from and how things grew. Like Sauron he's like still kind of weak and in reclusive in this because it was shortly after he was defeated in the war between the elves and the orcs. So it's a really great show. Highly recommend it. It's lush. Like the graphics, everything is just beautiful. And obviously it was being shot in real life where, like in New Zealand or wherever they were shooting it. It's incredible.
Cool.
Highly recommend it.
So my pick of the week, which is really odd for me because I usually don't watch these shows, is actually called Selling the OC. It's on Netflix. And it's a show about the Oppenheim brothers. It's Jason and Brett who own Oppenheim Group, which is a real estate company.
Which is right on PCH.
They have one here in LA, and I heard about them because I think I did a job with the company before. Like I did some promo thing a while back, but they opened a new office in Newport, which is in Orange County. So that's why it's called Selling the OC. It's very in the lines of
It's kind of housewifey.
The real OC, the housewives. It's in that kind of
like
reality.
housewifey.
It's scripted reality. But it's so funny to see all these people from Orange County. And I really like it because almost everywhere they drive or they go, I'm like, oh, I know where that is.
We've been there, yeah.
It's kind of familiar. It's these over-the-top houses that are ridiculously priced. But to see
when they say, oh, it's only 11.5.
Yeah,
like,
we can sell your house for $1 billion.
Yeah.
So it's really, but I watch it more. It's it's only 10 episodes. But if you like to watch something that's mindless and you want to see the opulent side of OC, this is a really good show to watch.
Ridiculous. Like,
so let us know.
What, a $10 million home or something that guy bought just for his fiance, and she didn't like it, so he's like trying to sell it. I'm like,
and remember to share with us what you're watching this week. Oh yes, me too. Oh, bring you her arm. Okay, you know what? Then this is going to be the perfect opportunity for you to show me how to make the gorditas. Because she has her arm. She still has her arm hurt. So she can't make them. But you can teach me. This will be a teaching opportunity. And then we'll record it and we'll show people. Why don't you ask Christian to take over the show while you're gone? He should. He could. I'm going to be in Texas. I could probably do the show from Texas. We haven't said that we're not going to have a show next week.
We haven't said that.
Yeah. I might do it from Texas. So.
And no, Gollum has not shown up yet. He may, but remember, he was just a regular-looking whatever his species was to begin with. So it'd be interesting to see. But I don't know if well, they said he lived a long time, like 100+ years. So he could be in it.
That sounds good. Yes, this will be a perfect opportunity because I don't know how to make the gorditas, and I would always wanted to make them. So this will be a good time to bring Gabe back. We haven't heard from him. Ever since he got married, he's been. We could have a ball with that Christian hosting. Well, y'all can do it without me. He could do a co-host. Who wants to co-host with him? Who wants to be on the show? We want the chowder. We'll if Gabe, if you're watching this, your audience is requesting you. So where are you? Where have you been? But like I said, ever since he got married, I think he's like his time is occupied.
Well, it happens.
Yeah. So
it's tough, and then sometimes you get in a relationship and you let go of all your
friends.
You know how it is. You're not supposed to do that because that's always a bad deal. Because when you need to talk, everyone's like, "Oh, screw you!" You're like, "I haven't seen you for years."
Did you? I didn't. Did you stop talking to friends when we started dating?
No, I learned that lesson the hard way many years before we met.
Because I brought all the friends into the relationship. Well, we not like that, folks. No. But we're doing light nights.
Light nights really.
We did light nights.
The vehicle work.
For those of you, light nights was a mastermind group for intuitives that I started. And we lasted 2 years, and we would meet every 2 weeks. So
that was a wonderful bonding experience.
My friends became Christian's friends.
Our friends, yeah.
So we were all and we still talk to everybody. Almost everybody. Yeah. Angie, Wayne, Berkeley, Martha.
Absolutely.
That's
and other people who have moved away, but every so occasion check in or hear something.
Yeah, no,
I feel like the group was pretty cohesive. Like we all do kind of know, everyone kind of knows where everyone's at or what's going on. And except for one, there's one I can't care about, but that's only one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I pretty well feel like we kind of know where everyone's at and what's going on. And even Cece all the way over in West Virginia.
Cece, yeah,
her beautiful farm.
She always checks in on Mondays.
She's such an earth mama. It's like literally she's the definition of earth mama. This is a woman who literally lives in concert with the planet. Like she really does.
She checks in every Monday with my horoscopes. So for those of you that don't follow my horoscopes, you should.
How dare you?
You should.
How?
I've been told that I'm very accurate on horoscopes on Mondays. So I believe that.
I've never said that.
No.
But I've also never had you.
Well, sometimes some stopped us, and sometimes we had to stop them at the beginning. Remember that? Oh, gotcha. The friendships. Yeah, there were definitely some friendships that just did not.
They weren't going to be long term.
But you know what? I think that I feel like we lost a little more people when I was going through cancer.
Well, yeah. Cancer is a great filter for who your real friends are and who all the phonies are.
Because there were people that I didn't even consider stepping up that would go visit me. That lived in Los Angeles, and they would go all the way out to Laguna to visit me and take me treats. Alberto was one of those people.
Yeah.
Alberto does the Honor 41 list. He's a great guy, but he knew that crackers and ginger ale were good.
We're good.
And the dude takes me 2-liter bottles of ginger ale.
Like, yeah, a lot, not even a little.
Like 2 boxes of crackers. And I forget what I was into that time, some candy. And he went and showed up.
A ton of that candy.
And then they moved, but Ryan and Joanna, which moved to Michigan, which then moved to
Florida.
No, they moved to Amsterdam.
Oh, nice.
And she was a nurse.
Nice
and
in Michigan.
And in her rounds, she knew that I liked Fruity Pebbles because it was one of the few cereals I could. So she would show up with a soy milk and Fruity Pebbles box for me. So and then there were people, I won't say names, but there were people that just did not make the cut after cancer. And even after, even now, like there's people that just kind of like float away.
Mm-hmm. So, that's life.
Yeah. Can I send you clips to you, Dan, to consider to show for your clips of the week? Yeah, yes. For sure. Yeah, always.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
We didn't even pick one for today, so.
Yeah, we didn't do our TikTok.
Does Daniel still love jelly beans? Yes, I do. That was what Joanne brought me, because Ryan, her husband,
jelly beans or jelly bellies.
Yeah, jelly bellies.
You like jelly bellies?
Because they would send me the big jar of because I could taste them.
Oh yeah, those really big ones from Costco.
Yeah, yep. And those we said, there's some people that just did not make the cut. They can't handle it. To be fair, it was 2,200 miles away and trying not to fail a class. I have reason. No, but you did.
No, we're not even talking about you.
No, you showed up.
You're not included on any of that list.
You and someone showed up. With the ribs.
More than once.
Yeah. And didn't you visit me out in Laguna Beach too?
No, that's where the ribs is. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Mike,
Guy, you're not in that group.
No, dude,
Michael.
we love you. We totally love you. There are people, like I said, there are some people that you were like, oh wow, like
trust me, you would know if you were in that group, you would know.
Yeah, and like my friend Ozzy, my puppy Ozzy.
Yeah.
He I love Ozzy. He lives up in Seattle,
but now he's married. He has
trip,
a fur baby.
But every trip he came down. He did.
That
whole summer that I didn't work.
He came to visit every time he had a chance. He came to visit.
How about the jelly bellies that have the bad flavors?
There's one that is purple with lighter purple splotches on it, and it tastes like dirt. It's really gross. I cannot stand it. That's the only one I've found I don't like. Most of them I like. Even the banana. I used to not like banana. And I love the black ones.
But so we're almost at
black jelly bellies.
I want to remind y'all that we're still doing Zodiacs is back. For those of you that have not been watching us, Richard Wayne Kilgo II, one of my best buddies, is doing. We've moved from Card Devo show back to Zodiacs. That was the original show. I know, how about you? But for those of you not watching us, remember that on Wednesdays we have Christian and Daniel shows at 6-9 Eastern. Fridays, Zodiacs at 5-8 Eastern, and on Saturdays, which I will not have a show this week. It's put it together at 12-3 Eastern. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Hashtag Little Mexican Productions Inc. LittleMexicanProductions.com. Go check us out. And if you want to book me for private sessions for Cardivo, you can go there and check them out. We will be posting Christians on there soon, so stay tuned. For those of you that don't know, Christian is an amazing medium. So
Ozzy
is married. Yeah, Ozzy got married.
For years now.
I just met his wife when I was in Seattle a couple of months ago.
They basically built a house, had a house built and everything.
Oh, we can't get one by you. But once
you go.
Well, he tried hard to sneak that one in there. But anyway, folks, for now, we want to say thank you for joining us. We love having you. We will let you know if we're going to have a show next week or not. But what's the last comment?
Love you guys.
We love you too. We love you guys
We
too.
totally
Thank you
love
so
you
much.
guys. We love you, Emery.
Thank you for being part of the show. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you hopefully next week.
Next week.
Bye.
Bye.